When working an account in collectorpro, if a customer says that they will make a payment or payments, but they cannot do it right now, today, you can set a promise to pay on the account, which will temporarily remove that account from your active call list in collections, and it'll place it in a temporary hold pattern until the promise keeps or breaks and the payment is not made. So to do that, what you'll do is when you're working the account and you're on the call with the customer, you'll come to Add Promise to Pay and click Add. The start date will always be today's date, and if you're speaking to someone other than the customer, select the person you're speaking to from the drop-down menu. Otherwise, you'll change the promise date to the date that the customer says that they will be able to make the payment. So we'll just use Monday for this example. And then you'll enter the amount that the customer says that they can pay. And the next thing you'll do is select the payment method. At this point, if you are a Portal Pay user and your customer is going to make an ACH or a credit card payment on that future date, you can go ahead and set the future dated payment so that it will auto draft on that specific date. So if you're a Portal Pay user, select Portal Pay at this point, and then in the next field, enter the account that the customer will be using. Otherwise, what you're going to do is ask the customer how they're going to make that payment when they've promised, and then select that option here. So let's say this customer is going to do a Western Union Quick Collect on Monday. You'll skip the account section, and if you have any additional notes that you need to enter regarding the promise, you can put those notes here by double-clicking and then entering your notes. Once you have your notes done, if you're going to enter them, then click Save, and the system will log that promise to pay. You can see it's down here. If at any point before the promise date you need to edit and or remove a promise from the system, you can do that by coming back into Add Promise to Pay, and you can click Remove to take that off, or you can double click and make the edits that you need to make. The system, once you add your promise, will automatically select the call result PP for Promise to Pay. Enter your notes. Then what you'll do is finish your contact. And then you can see here below your customer information, you now have a Promise to Pay notification with the information regarding the date that the customer will make that promise. In the Fusion system, a Promise to Pay will also have been created, and in the Take Payment screen, you'll see where it says Promise to Pay and then the date, and it'll be in blue. If that promise breaks in the Fusion side, then that Promise to Pay will turn red, and that information can be seen there. Now here in Promise to Pay history in collectorpro, you can also remove the Promise to Pay. So if the customer called in and they needed to take this promise off, you can select Remove Promise to Pay and click Yes, and then it would be removed from the account. You do have the ability to add multiple promises to an account at one time. So we'll move to our next account, and we'll see if we can set up a promise for that account. So here, let's just say we're on, the customer called in, and they want to set up promises to take care of the past due amount. So we'll select Add. We'll put on our date for the first promise. We'll again use Monday for the example. Select the payment method. Say they're going to quick collect that again. Click Save. And then what you'll do is just click Add again. Put in the next date that they're going to make a payment. Put in the amount of that payment. And then click Save after you've selected your payment method. And then the system will stack those promises, and you can see whether or not they are kept or broken in the system. The system, if you've selected in your setups stack promise to pays, the only thing you need to be aware of is that if the customer, let's say you have 3 promises set up and the customer makes the first 2 but then fails to make the third one, the system is going to identify that all of the payments were broken, or all of the promises were broken promise to pays, not just the third one. And that's if you have it set in your company setups, in your criteria, to stack promise to pays. So that's the only thing you need to be aware of. Otherwise, the system will just notify you that you have promises that have been kept or broken.